Hello everyone, I am Eunice and I am working as a functional English and life skills trainer in Naipunya Vikasam. So in this video we are going to discuss about anger management. In the previous video we already discussed about the facts of anger, like how we become angry and all. In this video we will be discussing some articles, news articles, and also we will discuss about some expert suggestions on how to control our anger. Okay, so if you just look on the screen, we'll have a few pictures here. Okay, so let's look at the newspapers now. The anger has turned humans into a very, into unpleasant situations. So if you look on the screen, you'll see the newspaper articles. If you look, the anger of the church. Murder might be too strong a word. Why were the warnings ignored? The sorrow and the anger in the shadow of the tips they live. So there are many articles here, which is only because of anger. The sorrow and the anger. Homes evacuated as the rain brings a new threat. Protest in your thousands, Bishop. Maybe this was during Middle Age. Okay, 85 killed and 65 lost. Killings and mass murders happen only because of the anger, because they become angry and they hold the grudge and they want to seek revenge, and so happened killings and the mass murders. And here if you see the Angry Summer, a poem of 1926, that means, see, these newspaper cuttings are all during 1900s. So because of the angry people, Iris Davis has also written the poem The Angry Summer. So imagine the state of the people at that time. Maybe their lack of freedom, they're fighting for the freedom, so due to that they must have become angry and all. Okay, next, if you see this newspaper, it's a sports newspaper, the Washington Post. This is during 2013, okay, April. So here, men of a certain rage. So even in sports, if you see, there were many people who behaved so angrily. But there are many people like MS Dhoni and all, they have so much patience, and they are very cool kind of behavior. Okay, if you see at the next article, it's like angry people in local newspapers. So there were many angry people in politics, in education system, and everywhere. Okay, so let's look at the next thing. Anger surfaces as council consults community. So even if you see here, even in communities, everywhere there are anger people. Okay, if you look at this is very important for you. I mean, for all the students and children. Unchecked anger amongst youth. In recent times, even I have noticed that there were many children and students who are becoming more and more anger each and every day. Because we will not think anything while we are in anger. We'll just let words out in such a way that the other person who is beside us or in the conversation will feel so bad. So we must learn how to control our anger. Again, we will only regret our words. So okay, next, calming a sea of anger. And next, stabbing disrupts class for anger management. If you read this, a 19-year-old woman is accused of stabbing another woman at an anger management class at Bellevue College. The victim told police that 19-year-old complained. See, these people are just 19 years old, and she stabbed another woman in a class. So that is disturbing whole class, a whole environment. If we do such kind of things, whole class will be encouraged. So we should stop here stabbing. So we shouldn't get angry. We should not scold other peers and all. So please don't do like this. So now we will learn what are the suggestions, expert suggestions for controlling our anger. Okay, so we have to control our anger because it will lead to very unpleasant situations. Even I used to be very angry in my childhood. I used to throw remotes or whatever there before me. I used to throw them all. But now my anger got reduced because there were many suggestions, expert suggestions. There were many things we have to follow to control our emotions. Like I do meditation and yoga for that. I do Shambhavi Mahamudra for that. Since I'm doing Shambhavi Mahamudra, a lot of anger has reduced in me, so that helps a lot. So I suggest yoga and meditation are the finest things to reduce your anger. Okay, now I'll quickly give you some suggestions. I have read through expert suggestions. Okay, one thing is the first one is when you become angry, you just count from 10 to 1 numbers like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you count like this, your anger reduces in you. Okay, so do practice this. If you feel anytime angry, you just count 10 to 1. Okay, so that will reduce. I've seen this in many movies also. Okay, and next thing is when you become angry, if you are in a conversation, you always think before you speak. This is one of the most prominent important thing you have to do. You should think before you speak, because when you are in anger, you don't have a control of your words. You lose your temper. So you have to think before you speak, because you may use such bad words which can hurt others. So after the situation, you will regret, okay, I've spoke so bad, maybe that hurts other persons. You will realize, you will have that regret and guilt in you. So you have to think before you speak, or in a conversation or within 2 or 3 people. Okay, and also if you want to avoid the situation, you just do, once you are calm, then express your anger. When you are angry, do not express your anger. Once your mood and everything changes into a cooler thing, when your mood is changing, it's when it is cool, then you should express your anger. You will clearly talk at that time. If you're in anger, you can't think properly and you can't even talk properly. So after calming down, then you express your anger in a very meaningful way. Okay, and if you and the next thing is get some exercise. Okay, when you do some exercise, or as I said, yoga or meditation, you do any of these things, your body and your mind get relaxes. Okay, it will get relaxes and your mood will be in a good mood. Whenever you wake up in the early morning or in the morning at whatever time, you just do some meditation, so the whole day it carries through. Whole day, the peace of mind you get in the morning, it will just carries through. If you, as soon as you wake up, if you feel so angry, or if you are you're shouting at somebody, and this will continue the whole day. So you only choose how to be. Obviously we will choose to be in a peaceful environment, and we want peaceful mind. So I suggest you to do some exercise or meditation or dance, whichever you like. Okay, that relaxes your mind as well as your body. Okay, the next suggestion is stick with I statements. For example, if you are in a conversation where you were scolding by other people, do not immediately respond to them. Stick with I statements here, in the sense, for example, after the conversation, you can go to them and ask, I felt so bad. Use I, do not use we or you or anything. You just say, I felt so bad because you used some words, so that hurt me so much. So you can use the statements with I. Okay, and the next one is don't hold grudge. if you hold grudge against some other person, this will, this will contain seek revenge. You will seek obviously revenge if you hold some grudge. So I suggest you to don't hold grudge. Clear the situations, whatever it is, with whomever you feel like. If there is some discussion, if you feel angry with your friend, please don't hold grudge. You just sort out the situation as soon as possible. Do not hold the grudge in you and do not seek revenge. That's not good for you, for the others, and for whole environment. It is not at all good. Okay. And practice some relaxation skills, and use humor to release your tension. Okay, to release your stress and tension, use humor. Okay. Also, you have to know when to seek help. If your friend or someone is in a irritation mood, you just go her and don't ask help at that time. You just seek, you have to see other person's mood, whether I can talk with him or her, whether now I can talk or later I should talk. You should just think and see. So always think before you talk. So these are the main suggestions, expert suggestions that I have read. And mainly I've said you in the night also, if you sleep with anger mode, even the morning it will continue. So every day while you're sleeping and while you're waking up, your mind should be relaxing and your mind should be peaceful. You should not hold any grudges. You should not, you have to forgive the people who have done mistakes. If you've forgiven the other people, and they will also do that in the return. Okay. So I suggest you to sleep and wake up with a peaceful environment and the mind. If you have less sleep also, that will lead to anger. So have enough sleep, drink